What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another uniform review video. Alright, so we have 3 new uniforms that just got added here. We've got kind of an Asgardian update going. We've got Sif, Hela, and Heimdall. So all really nice characters here that I would love to work on, but are the uniforms actually going to be any good? So let's go ahead and take a look here, and I'm going to do all 3 uniforms in this video here, so I'll have timestamps linked below for when I start I guess talking about each of the uniforms. As you can see from my crystal account up there, I do not have enough to get all the uniforms. I only have enough to get one of the uniforms, and I guess I'll tell you up front here, the uniform that I am going to be getting out of these 3 is going to be Sif. She's the first one that we're looking at here, and the main reason that I'm going with Sif opposed to the other 2 is because of her passive here on the uniform. It applies to all allies and it increases damage dealt to boss types. So just another support. So that's the main reason why I'm going with this one. Hela is also one that applies to all allies, but I believe it was more of a defensive, or no, it was a offensive against superheroes. So not really going to benefit me too much since I mainly just do World Boss Legend. I don't fight a lot of hero bosses. I guess that could be good for, what is that, the new Dimension Rift thing? What was the name of this thing? Yeah, for here, the Dimension Rift for when there's a boss. So I guess that could actually be nice now that I think about it. Yeah, so let's go ahead and start here with Sif, if it'll let me get back over here. So here we have the Asgardian Invasion. The uniform effects is basically going to change all of her passives there. Oh, and her leadership. I actually didn't look to see what her leadership changed to, so I'll have to check that before we actually get into gameplay. But yeah, her passive, as I already mentioned, applies to all allies. It's going to give you all speed by 10% and then 45% damage increase against boss types. And then we have 7 skill changes here, which is definitely needed because Sif has not aged too well. Well, then again, she only had this one uniform here, which is a very old uniform as well, so she hasn't gotten any love in a while. Her tier 2 passive here is going to be guaranteed dodge by 30%, guaranteed crit rate by 30%. Then we have 35% skill and 30% bonus damage, so not bad. I don't even remember what her passive used to be, so honestly, I'm just going over her as if she is a new character here with this uniform. Her 4-star passive is a 30% chance to penetrate, looks like pretty much everything. You get super armor, which is fantastic. I love when characters have super armor built in, and increase all defense by 30%. The penetration rate is very low, so that's kind of annoying. You're not really going to be able to use her in PvP if you kind of just wanted to try her there, because 30% is just not reliable enough, I don't think. But I don't really get the impression that she's going to be a PvP character. Her first skill here, we've got a stun and bleed. Second skill, we've got stun and burn. Third skill, okay, so we do have accumulation here, which is really nice. It is damage dealt, as we can see there, it is 1% out of 10,000, so it's going to be a 100% increase to her all attack. Not too bad, so it's not the worst, but not the best in terms of accumulation. Definitely going to be noticeable, though. And then her 4th skill, we've got a stun, we've got damage immunity for 5 seconds, okay. And then the 5th skill, we've got paralysis, we've got all defense down minus 60%, which, I mean, I only really play World Boss Legends, so the all defense down hasn't really applied to me in such a long time. But for World Boss Ultimate, that is a decent amount of all defense down. Not quite to the level that you need it to be at to use a leadership to get that juicy, like 95 and up all defense down. That gives you that insane damage, but 60% is still going to be really good. We have a 25% heal here. That's really nice. And then we have all attack and defense 50%, all speed 6%, and crit rate by 30%. What's that? 7 seconds on an 8-second cooldown. Okay, so not bad. So let's go ahead and hop into the skill preview, because this is where it makes or breaks the character. I've seen all these uniforms for characters that I like get released, and then I go into the skill preview, I click on the skills, and skills are exactly the same. All it did is like change the text on the skills, but the skill animations are almost the same as their base kit. It's so frustrating. So right now there's a little bit of changes going on here from the previous uniform. Okay, 3rd skill. Oh, nice. Okay, not bad. This isn't the one that gives her the damage immunity, is it? No, this is the accumulation. Oh no, it's got 3 seconds of invincibility. I skipped right over that. So she's got invincibility on the 3rd skill, and then damage immunity on the 4th skill. So that's nice. 4th skill starts off with an iframe, but then you lose it, and then you gain it. I mean, it might as well just not be an iframe, right? I don't know. I don't really like when they do that, where they have an iframe for like the first second of the skill, and then for like the majority of the skill in the middle there where you're attacking, you lose the iframe, and then you get the iframe for a second again. I mean, you should have your... There's your 5 seconds up there. It should last the entire skill duration, I assume. Yeah, it lasts the whole skill duration. So, I mean, you're protected during it. It's just, you know, a little annoying there. Chance to get yourself guard broken or pierced with one of your attacks. And in the 5th skill... Okay, not bad. That seems like a lot of hits, but that's 4 enemies there. I'm not sure. Can we get one enemy by themselves? Oh, here we go. What are you doing over here, buddy? You're gonna be a little test dummy, aren't you? Alright, so how many hits is this? I mean, okay, not bad. 55 hits. I guess I'll take that. And then Sif gets a... Wait, she already had her awakening, didn't she? Yeah, this one Valkyrie got released, right? Because it was Sif and Heimdall and Valkyrie. So yeah, it's just kind of that vortex going on, which is a really cool awakening skill. If I remember correctly from Valkyrie, the awakening skill actually hit pretty hard. So overall, I mean, there are some skill changes, so that's good. There actually are animation changes, so I'm happy about that. But we can't really cancel anything together and still get the attacks, or, you know, get the bonuses from it. So if you're using a damage proc, you pretty much just have to pick a skill to proc on. You can't, like, do... you know, go into like all these skills like this and then get some of the effects or extra AoE damage or anything like that. You got to just kind of take the buff from the accumulation on the 3rd skill, and then what's going to hit harder? The 5th or the 4th skill? I guess we'll test that out because I'm going to be buying this uniform because I already mentioned that. So let's go ahead and back out here. Go ahead and purchase Sif's uniform, and let's give her a quick try and see what kind of damage she can do. I don't have a very good build on Sif right now because I haven't really worked on her much. Do I even have her up here? Let's go ahead and find her. Alright, so here's my Sif. Sitting at gears 20. We have no Urus. I haven't leveled up any of her skills, so actually we need to do that because now she actually has a reason to level up the skills. Come on, click the button. There we go. Because we want that 100% chance for immunity. None of that 60%. Alright, so everything else is fine, but yeah, we're having a defensive build on her. We had guard break immunity and 4 seconds of invincibility, which I guess is fine. So we'll just test out our damage here without a damage proc, but I do plan on getting Sif fully awakened here, so that'll be in a separate video. And I'm actually going to be putting a CTP of Rage on her because I really want to try her out. So let's see if we have any kind of glimpse of maybe some potential here for Sif, which she's alright, so Sif here is going to be physical damage, so that's why we're trying her out against Proxima. And her leadership actually got a pretty nice upgrade, because if we look here, it does only apply to combat types, but she's got 30% HP and 35% physical attack, so that's actually really nice. So she'll self-buff if I decide to use her as a DPS and World Boss Legend, so I'm quite happy about that. She has her own built-in support, so we're technically getting quadruple support here. We've got leadership, Valkyrie support, Shuri support, and Sif support, and we have a CTP of Insight on Valkyrie. So we got a lot of buffs going on here, but she has no damage proc, so keep that in mind. No damage proc to amplifier damage, so this is just all going to be raw damage based on the buffs that we're getting from our team here. And I'm hoping we can at least see some decent damage. Stage 50, like I always like to test out my characters on. Oh yeah, she's right there. So we'll get our accumulation. Then let's see what the 5th skill does. Oh yeah, the 5th skill has the all defense down. So right here, the all defense down is going to matter. It seems like the rotation that you want to do, because then you have your invincibility from the 3rd skill going on right here. And then we go into the 5th skill, we get our damage, and then we pop out of the 5th skill, we go into the 4th skill, that gives us damage immunity. Let's see if the 3rd skill hits. Oh, we're gonna die trying to see what the 3rd skill does for damage. Which one has the heal? Yeah, there's that heal. That nice, juicy heal. Alright, I want to see how much damage the third skill does. Third skill doesn't do very much damage. Okay, so yeah, basically just want to cancel that. Yeah, a lot of this damage is because of the all defense down. If she didn't have all defense down, she wouldn't be hitting nearly as hard here. So if I was to keep just this regular defensive build and try her out World Boss Legend, she probably would not be doing very much damage. But from what I see here, at least she has some promise. So I'm gonna try her out, War Boss Legend. Let's see what she can do with ACHP of Rage. Again, that'll be a separate video. So let's move on to the next uniform here. All right, so next up is going to be Hela. So let's see what Hela's got going on here. So I did notice a trend here with her uniform. So look, here we have her base kit when she was first added to the game. Then we've got her first uniform, and then we've got the newest uniform. Anyone notice the changes there? We have small headdress, big headdress, biggest headdress. Her antlers just kept getting bigger and bigger. Maybe that's a sign of power, right? She wants to intimidate her enemies there with those ornaments on her head. Those are just ornaments, right? It would be weird if those are actually attached to her. But anyway, regardless, let's see what we got going on here. So, just changes to everything there. Her passives and her leadership. I actually didn't look at her leadership again. I keep forgetting to do that when I look at these uniform bonuses before recording. But as I mentioned earlier, her passive, again, applies to all allies, which is not in the uniform passive, excuse me. Increases damage dealt to superhero faction by 50% and decreased damage received from superheroes by 30%. So basically a normal support, except instead of supervillain, it's superhero. Again, there's not many places that this is actually going to be useful or beneficial. Until they add, say, a World Boss Legend with a superhero in it, then Hela would be very valuable there. And I still am interested in working on Hela. As you can see, I just don't have enough crystals right now to get this uniform. So I may still end up tier 3ing her, because I'm going to be getting some crystals back from the epic quests that I purchased. So that's mainly where all my crystals went, going through those epic quests for the Eternals, because Athena costs so dang much to unlock. And I picked up a few uniforms for Black Friday. So yeah, that was crystals decimated. So we got to refresh them a little bit here. So Tier 2 passive is going to be increased guaranteed dodge by 30%. She has super armor. Again, I really like the super armor. Increase all basic defense by 40%. Decrease damage received by 25%. So, I mean, a little bit of everything there. Actually, that's all defensive, isn't it? Yeah, it's all defensive. I say a little bit of everything. We have dodge, defense, and reduction with a bit of super armor. So, trying to make her, I guess, a little bit tankier. Then her passive here also sticks with that theme, because now we have increase all resistances by 50%. There's some damage increase. We have increased chain hit damage by 20%, and decrease damage received from reflect by 50%, and that's all reflect, so energy and physical. So maybe she has a mixture on her skills here of energy and physical damage. All right, so first skill, we've got some bleed. Second skill, reduces the enemy's attack and defense and resistances for 1 second. This must be something that keeps refreshing 1 second, so maybe it makes like a bubble underground or something for the enemies. I need to check what that does. Third skill, so counterattack when defending. So this is a counterattack skill. We get damage immunity for 4 seconds, which is good. That's what you want on a counterattack. Increase, oh, here's accumulation, increase by 15% for every 1%. So 150% of accumulated damage received. So this is damage received. 150%, so that is, oh, that's the max, isn't it, right? 15 and 15, so it's the same as Sharon, so 225, what is that, 200 and something. So that's a really big accumulation there, but again, you do have to get hit for that accumulation to build up. So I'm hoping, I mean, it's a counterattack, you should not be in an iframe for that. All right, fourth skill, paralysis. We got silence. We got all defense down by only minus 50%, so not even as good as Sif there, hey, with the all defense down, huh? Hela, you're slacking. And you have a weaker heal. Come on now, Sif's got 25%, you only got 15%. You're supposed to be a little harder to kill than Sif, I would think. And then we have increased skill damage by 25% and bonus. So we have skill and bonus damage here linked to a skill. All right, interesting. 8 seconds, and this one's only on 6-second cooldown. I didn't check all the cooldowns on Sif, did I? But yeah, all these are very damage proc friendly. About the 5th skill, yeah, all of these are very short cooldown in the skills. Wow. And then we have, oh, okay, never mind. We have another 15% heal here, so you got 2 of those, and 4 seconds of invincibility. So invincibility and damage immunity, yeah, so she should stay protected the entire time. Let's go ahead and check out these skill animations. And Hela is going to be the tier 3 of this update. Alright, first skill. That looks very similar to her previous one, doesn't it? Or maybe I'm thinking of a different skill. Second skill looks very similar to a previous second skill. Okay. Third skill. Oh yeah, that's the counterattack. AI. Shoot me. Ooh, that's pretty cool. It's a really quick animation, but look, she hits like everywhere around her too. I like that counterattack actually. That's really cool. Do we still get the accumulation if we just cancel it? Right, let's let that go away. Yes, we do. We have the accumulation. Okay, so we can just cancel into the next skill. This 4th skill in iframe. It is, so we don't want to cancel into that skill, so we prefer to just... That's pretty cool. I like this 4th skill. Look at that. Is that the thing that reduces their, whatchamacallit? Come on, click. Basic, yeah, it reduces all their stuff. Okay, 5th skill. Interesting. So it kind of reminds me of Supergiant's 3rd skill, where she kind of just goes up and just, I don't know, just, it looks like she's doing an attack with her hand there. She's like holding up her hand like she's doing the death grip that Vader has or something like that, and it just does all the hits around her. So pretty cool. So it goes to iframe, but then you get out of the iframe. Can we... Okay, so we can't move during that, so we are actually doing a skill. So maybe... we can do 3 into 5, and then right here we can get hits. Of course we have... Why is somebody driving around with a very loud vehicle at this hour? It is really late right now. Anyway, so yeah, 5th skill, pretty nice. So let's see what the tier 3 is. Tier 3, go into an iframe. Ooh, full iframe. Whoa, what is that? Got the worm from Dune going on here. Whoa. We got the Dune worm. I think it was a worm made out of some of her spears, like her weapons and stuff. So yeah, Hela's looking pretty cool here. I don't think you can really combine any of these skills with a damage proc because, well, actually no, you can. No, can you combine? Hold on. 4th skill we get. Oh yeah, we have to let the skill actually play out to it, right? We can't just cancel it and still get that. No, we gotta slam down. So I don't think any of her skills are combinable with a regular damage proc. If you have a CTP of Rage, of course you can, because then you just do probably this, and then go right into the 5th skill and get some damage there that way. I'd probably get the accumulation from the 3rd skill. So I think for Hela, you're gonna start off with the 3rd skill, get hits, you can counterattack that might trigger your Rage to activate, then probably go into 4 and then do 5 and get some big damage maybe with 5. Yeah, Hela's looking pretty cool too. I like, so far I like both of them. I really do want to work on Hela as well. So I kind of want to get Hela to tier 3. Because I've been waiting for Hela to get a buff because I do really like her as well. And then lastly, we have Heimdall. So here's Heimdall looking pretty angry there with those red eyes. He's pissed off about something. So Asgardian invasion, and he's got to change to everything as well. We'll check the leaderships at the end here, actually. So, yeah, because I've already started over here on Heimdall, so we'll check that afterwards. Change both those passives and his leadership, and then we have applied his self, 30% physical. So he's just for himself, no all allies here with his uniform bonus. Increase chain hit damage by 15%, and then when debuffed, remove debuffs for 10 seconds on a 12-second cooldown. So he's pretty much just immune to debuffs. You only have a 2-second downtime there. So yeah, he's just not getting debuffs. So that's really cool. All right, so his passive here. We have guaranteed dodge. All of them got guaranteed dodge, didn't they? 30% for both Sif and Hela, and then 40% for Heimdall here. Skill damage, 35%. Bonus damage, 25%. Decreased damage received by 40%. Okay, so he's going the same route as Hela. He seems like he's more of a damage sponge opposed to Sif seems more offensive. based off the skills. And then the passive here, we've got dodge increased by 15%, ignore dodge by 40%. Very nice. I love characters with ignore dodge, and immunity to blind, so that stays. All right, so first skill, we don't have anything notable there. Second skill, we got paralysis. Third skill, we got a stun and a silence. Incapacitate, we got a guard hit. 6 hits for 5 seconds. I haven't seen too many people with guard lately, have we? Seems like they've been kind of phasing that out or something. Fourth skill, we've got damage immunity for, what, 1 second? That's got to refresh somehow, right? We'll check out the skill animation. And then we have increase all attack by 35%, all defense 25%, speed by 5%. Okay. And then the fifth skill, we've got 80% chance of missing that applies to the enemy, and decrease all defense down, if I can speak here, minus 50%, so same as Hela, so it's okay, but not great. 3 seconds of invincibility. All right, that's a little bit better. And then we've got all attack and all defense by 40%, speed 5%, crit rate by 10%. Interesting. So it's got immunity here. It's got some immunity here as well. Invincibility, damage immunity, and then a guard hit. That's going to be his protection. So he's got a lot of protection. He doesn't have any accumulation, so I'm not sure what his damage is going to be like, but let's go ahead and hop in here. See what we got for his skill animations. All right, Heimdall, what you packing here? Boom. All right. Got the sword bash. Now I've got a sword swipe. And now we've got a sword being punched into the ground. Boom. Call that the sword and stone, I guess. So sword bash, sword slash, sword in the stone. Boom. Alright, and then the fourth skill is a bubble here. Oh, okay, I see. So, damage immunity, whoop, pop out of it. Yeah, so as long as you're in the bubble, you're immune to damage. That's actually pretty nice. As long as this bubble lasts 1, 2, or actually I can just look at that up there. That lasts 4. That's for basically 7 seconds. So you have 7 seconds of damage immunity. That's actually really strong. Fifth skill. So this one's in an iframe. Oh, nice. Look at this. Wait, what is that giant thing that just got called down? Is that a spear? What was that? Fifth skill is really cool. I like all the lightning. I like the spear. I like, looks like a lot of AoE too. Can you cancel that? Boom. Does the spear still come down? No. What if we... No. Alright, so you can't really cancel it. You can definitely cancel the, what's it called? The fourth skill. So we just cancel out of that, get our bubble, and we're good to go. But again, he has no damage accumulation, so I'm not sure what his damage is going to be like overall. Seems like maybe, I don't know, he doesn't have any iframe ignore, so he's not really going to be PvP. I'm not sure what to really think of him. I guess it just depends on his damage. I mean, there's definitely a lot of characters that don't have accumulation that still deal a boatload of damage, and he could definitely fall into that camp there. I like his skill animations, and I mean, it looks like he should be doing a lot of damage with this fifth skill. I hope he does, but again, I can't buy the uniforms right now because I don't have enough crystals, but I do like all 3 of these uniforms from what I've been seeing, so I definitely would recommend them. If you're a fan of any of these characters, I definitely think the uniforms are well worth picking up. They seem like a really big upgrade for the characters. I like all of the stuff that I'm seeing here for the skill changes. In terms of who I think got the best one is probably going to be Hela. I think Hela's looks the best, mainly because she just has so many buffs going on here, and I like her skill animations more than Sif. I think her animations just have more hits, so it looks like she's going to do more damage than Sif, even though Sif has more, I guess, more buffs in terms of the offensive stats. Hela has more defensive stats here, but I don't know. The skill animations just make it look like Hela is just going to hit really hard. So my order of uniforms, if I were to pick them up, if I had enough crystals to pick them up, it would just be Hela, then Sif, then Heimdall is probably the order I'm going to give them. But before we end this, we're going to go ahead and hop over to the journal and see the leaderships for Hela and Heimdall. Alright, so previously Hela's leadership was 45% energy, And if we go over to the new uniform here, we'll see that it's now 60% energy. So that's actually really nice. So yeah, I'm just super tempted. I want to get Hela to tier 3 as well. So as soon as I get enough crystals, I'm going to be getting Hela's uniform. So I'm getting Sif Awakened and Hela to tier 3. That's going to be my plan. Let's see what Heimdall's got for his leadership. Alright, so Heimdall here. Previously, he was a all defense by 36% leadership. And now he's moved to being a 40% all defense and then ignore dodge by 30%. So, I mean, that's not bad. That's pretty good leadership because all dodge, ignore dodge. I don't know what I said there. Did I say all dodge? I meant ignore dodge is really valuable. But, I mean, is 30% ignore dodge really going to be something you want more than like Hela's leadership of 60% energy? I don't know about that. I think I'd prefer that 60% energy over the ignore dodge, but I guess it depends on how much ignore dodge you have already, because ignore dodge definitely makes a huge difference. If they're dodging all your attacks, don't matter if you have a 200% leadership, you're just not going to be doing anything because they're dodging your attacks. Yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what uniform you picked up, if any or all of them, and if you're going to be getting any of these characters ranked up in terms of, you know, getting their potential here for the awakening skill, or in Hela's case, getting her to tier 3. So I'm kind of curious about that. So you already know what my plans are going to be. So look forward to future videos on Sif and Hela. And let me know, Sif, I mean, I'm pretty sure I just want to put Rage on both of them just to try them out. For Black Friday, I did unequip a few of my Rages just so I could try out new characters. So that was my kind of idea behind that. So now I have a few Rages that I can give to other characters. So I'm thinking Sif and Hela are going to be nice options just to try them out. And hopefully they'll be good and they might be able to keep their CTP of Rage. But if not, then I'll just take it off and either make them, I guess, just support characters, because they both have good passives with their uniforms. So I could just slap a CTP of Insight on them, or if I don't have Insight, just give them, I guess, like a defensive build or something. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you're happy with this update. But that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.